What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope you're all doing fine. And today we're going to continue with The Allegory of the Cave, the book I'm reading by Plato, right? And yeah, let's just move on. Can we deny that a warrior should have no knowledge of arithmetic? Certainly he should, if he is to have the smallest understanding of military tactics, or indeed, I should rather say, if he is to be a man at all. I should like to know whether you have the same notion which I have of this study. What is your notion? It appears to me to be a study of the kind which we are seeking, and which leads naturally to reflection, but never to have been rightly used. For the true use of it is simply to draw the soul towards being. Will you explain your meaning? He said. I will try, I said, and I wish you would share the enquiry with me, and say yes or no when I attempt to distinguish in my own mind what branches of knowledge have these attracting power, in order that we may have clearer proof that arithmetic is, as I suspect, one of them. Explain, he said. I mean to say that objects of sense are of two kinds. Some of them do not invite, though because the sense is an adequate judge of them, while in the case of other objects, sense is so untrustworthy that further inquiry is imperatively demanded. You are clearly referring, he said, to the manner in which the senses are imposed upon by distance and by painting in light and shade. No, I said, that is not at all my meaning. Then, what is your meaning? When speaking of uninviting objects, I mean those which do not pass from one sensation to opposite. Inviting objects are those which do. In this latter case, the sense coming upon the object, whether at a distance or near, gives no more vivid idea of anything in particular than of its opposite. An illustration will make my meaning clearer. Here are three fingers, a little finger, a second finger, and a middle finger. Very good. You may suppose that they are seen quite close. And here comes the point. What is that? Which of them equally appears a finger, whether seen in the middle or at the extremity, whether white or black, or thick or thin? It makes no difference. A finger is a finger, all the same. In these cases, a man is not compelled to ask of thought the question, what is a finger? For the sight never intimates to the mind that a finger is other than a finger. True. And therefore I said, as we might expect, there is nothing here which invites or excites intelligence. There is not, he said. But is this equally true of the greatest and smallest of the fingers? Can sight adequately perceive them? And is no difference made by the circumstance that one of the fingers is in the middle and another at the extremity? And in like a manner does the touch adequately perceive the qualities of thickness or thinness, or softness or hardness. And so, of the other senses, do they give perfect intimations of such matters? as no other mode of operation of this wise, the sense, which is concerned with the quality or of hardness, is necessarily concerned also with the quality of softness, and only intimates to the soul that the same thing is felt to be both hard and soft. You're quite right, he said. And must not the soul be perplexed at this intimation which the sense gives of a heart which is also soft? What again is the meaning of light and heavy? If that which is light is also heavy, that which is heavy light. Yes, he said, these intimations which the soul receives are very curious and require to be explained. Yes, I said. And in these perplexities, the soul naturally summons to her aid calculation and intelligence, that she may see whether the several objects announced to her are one or two true. And if they turn out to be two, is not each of them one and different? Certainly. And if each is one and both are two, she will conceive that two as in a state of division. For if they were undivided, they could only be conceived as one. True. The eye certainly did both small and great, but only in a confused manner. They were not distinguished. Yes. Whereas the thinking mind, intending to light up the house, was compelled to reverse the process and look at the small and great as separate and not confused. Very true. Was not this the beginning of the inquiry, what is great and what is small? Exactly so. And thus arose the distinction of the visible and the intelligible. Most true. This was what I meant when I spoke of impressions which invited the intellect, or they reverse those which are simultaneous with opposite impressions, invite the thought. Those which are not simultaneous do not. I understand, he said, and I agree with you. And to which class do unity and number belong? I do not know, he replied. Think a little, and you will see that what has preceded will supply the answer. For if simple unity could be adequately perceived by this side or by any other sense, then, as we were saying in the case of the finger, there would be nothing to attract towards being. But when there is some contradiction always present, and one is the reverse of one and involves the conception of plurality, then thought begins to be aroused within us, and the soul, perplexed and waiting to arrive at a decision, asks, what is absolute unity? This is the way in which the study of the one has a power of drawing and converting the mind to the contemplation of true being. And surely, he said, this occurs notably in the case of one, for we see the same thing to be both one and infinite in multitude. Yes, I said, and this being true of one must be equally true of all number. Certainly. And all arithmetic and calculation have to do with number, yes. And they appear to lead the mind towards truth, yes, in a very remarkable manner. Then this is knowledge of the kind of which we are seeking, having a double use, military and philosophical. For the man of war must learn the art of number, or he will not know how to array his troops, and the philosopher also, because he has to rise out of the sea of change, and lay hold of true being, and therefore he must be an arithmetician. That is true. Alright, guys. So, that was a good reading. And thank you for joining me today. See you tomorrow. Bye.